Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Chair Yoga. We are going to start our class in a standing position, but for right now, just this very few minutes here, let's set our intention and kind of talk a little bit about the theme for today. So, come into a good place. Don't, let's, use your good posture, come forward on your chair. So you start to make the adjustment in terms of your mindfulness of how you're holding your body. We'll start with that. And the theme I've been working on for myself, and that's all I can draw from, right, is how's the universe speaking to me, has been about the heart. I mean, I've been a student of the heart for a long time because it's just fascinating to me how much of a electromagnetic field this heart space of ours creates. It's I can't remember the exact quote. I have it somewhere. Let me see if I can find it. Sends more messages to your brain. It's 100 times. I thought it was 10 times. The electromagnetic field of the heart space is 100 times more powerful than the electromagnetic space of the brain or of the head. So our intelligence, our greater self, our greater intelligence really is here. And there are thousands of neurons in the heart space. So this is not just a yoga belief system. It is now is backed with science. So it's fascinating to me. And so I want us to tap into the heart. And so whenever any particular pose, any moment in time throughout this class today that you are, catching up with your breath, I'm just going to encourage you to remember just the act of bringing your hand to your heart. That transfers, gets you more centralized into those neurons so that your intelligence, the process of being aware, is coming from that space. You can adjust it with just that. There's all kinds of fancy meditation type particular breath practices to use to bring ourselves fully aware of that beautiful heart energy. And we're not going to tap into that, but we can certainly know that we can bring ourselves into more awareness and to generate more of that heartfelt capacity, that the kinds of qualities that the heart is kind of known by. So coupled with today, gratitude. So we're going to bring ourselves into the heart for gratitude and for joy. So that's our theme. I want you to take a moment now, maybe eyes closed, holding your hands in that open position of receptivity, perhaps, or if there's a particular way you want to open, maybe bringing yourself into the heart. As you set your own intention for class, what do you need? What brought you to your chair this morning to do a class? Start to connect with and notice how you're breathing, that you are breathing. That will help you just settle, calm down, and settle into your space. What is your intention? What do you need from yoga today? Or how does the theme that I've already mentioned, what does that tap into for you? All right, let's sync up our breath before we get started in our standing position. Sync up our breath with me. Inhale up, palms come together overhead, look up. Exhale, bring that right into your own heart, bowing into that heart space. Inhale up and exhale all the way around, just feeling the open space now of the very space that you occupy, that you're connecting with. Okay, let's get started standing up. So I've kind of moved my chair off center, got my block on the chair so I can be easy access for it. I want you to take a wide stance. This will be very familiar to a lot of you. Whenever I start, I seem to want to go with something easy and flowing. So I want you to just get a wide stance between your feet, and you're just feeling your body weight shift from foot to foot, and that your arms are just sort of floating along with that movement. This, I was reminded yesterday when I was doing a practice online, the teacher had mentioned that this is a Qigong technique. And I thought, oh yeah, I've been doing it for years, but I didn't know who to attribute it to. But it is a Qigong technique, if any of you are familiar with that practice as well. So if you feel yourself sort of really turning just follow your body's lead. So we can start to, loosen up, because we're going to do a breath practice here in a minute, that is powerful. And I want us to feel kind of loosened up and ready to participate. Go a little higher with your arms. That'll get you a little more into your shoulders. But make sure you're also feeling your feet move, because we want those joints to feel, get some attention and start to loosen up so they're better able to support us. So make sure you're moving your feet. You can tell that your ankles and toes, are active. Can you feel the smoothing out of your breath? This breath practice now, as we just come back to center, maybe just square yourself. Feet are maybe hips distance apart, maybe a little bit further apart, not just so you feel like you've got a good foundation, a good solid foundation and connection to the earth. This is called the breath of joy. I've also used this practice. To be honest, it's called a couple different things in yoga. It depends on what tradition you're following or what teacher has it in mind. But today I'm calling it the breath of joy. And let's get all on board with that. It's a big movement that we inhale, arms up, exhale, arms wide. I'm sorry. It's 3 inhales. Inhale, inhale, inhale some more. And the exhale is this big sweeping that comes out of your mouth. You follow me? So it's inhale, a little more inhale, inhale again. Go for it. Inhale, inhale more, inhale again. One more time. Wide open. Inhale. 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 Wow, that gets you going. So we come back now to our mountain pose, feeling kind of how the body has regenerated itself. I want you to grab your block and put that between either your thighs or your lower legs, whichever you feel gives you the best connection to that, because we're just trying to draw ourselves into the central channel. I love the block and how that gives us a real awareness of that. Make sure your feet are straight. Palms are facing forward. It's mountain pose. Couldn't be any simpler, but yet there's a lot of little tweaks that we do so it's more powerful, more stable. We feel more energized by it. So either close your eyes or just look down at the floor so that your eyelids are almost closed. And connect to a full body experience of breath. I don't know about you, but that breath of joy has really made me, fired up. It's like but I feel like I kind of have to catch up with a flow of my breath again. Full body experience of breath. Squeeze that block, bringing your awareness to the central channel of your body. So stay with me here. The central channel right now is felt by like your inseams, the inseam of your pant legs. So the squeeze of the block is inseam, is inside your thighs, up into the perineum and the low belly. And then just follow your spine up to the top of your head. That's the central channel. So see if you can just really feel like you're drawing your breath from the soles of the feet, like somehow we get breath from the earth, and then we're drawing it up through those reference points of the inner thighs and the low belly, and then up through the spine to the crown of the head, and exhale all the way out. You might even play with letting the exhale come out, that you trace it down the backside of your body, because we have such little or so infrequent reference to the backside of the body. We know ourselves, feel ourselves, experience ourselves, look at ourselves in the mirror, front side. What about the backside? Just bringing some awareness for a change, and let that breath follow down the back. Count out 3 of these breaths, 3 of those full cycles of body breath, central channel breath. And when you've completed those, let's lose the block, but remember how the feeling is. Remember that feeling of that. Inhale with me all the way up. Let your shoulder blades slide down. You know, there's a tendency to sort of reach up and scrunch up. I want you to let those shoulder blades place themselves properly down. Inhale straight up. I got palms open. Exhaling down and back. Get real strong with your belly. Really engage that strong belly wall. This is a vinyasa. Inhaling up and down. We're going to change the arms. Inhale up. Exhale T. Inhale up. Exhale down. Up. T. There you go. It's a vinyasa. You know that position of the T. You want to really rotate your arms so the thumb is pointing back. And when you do so, that to your best bet is, you know, you're trying that the arms are held at shoulder height. Inhale up, palms come together. Exhale, let's come to the heart. Take a pause, bow into the heart, get in touch with that experience and the power of that electromagnetic field there. Amazing. Inhale up, and we're going to share that power all the way, all the way, all the way around. Good. Let's turn to the chair. We've got it right here with the back of the chair available so we can stretch. I want you to bend and straighten. So your feet are lined up parallel to each other. You've come into the L shape. Hands are on the back rest of your chair. And you're going to bend and straighten the knees. Bend like a squat and straighten. Now, if this is hard, if this feels bad in your knees, hold it in the stretch position. Or maybe you get closer to the chair and see if that bend and straighten is more accessible to your knees. So make a modification if it's hurting your knees, because you're not going to put up with painful knees, okay? Don't say, I guess we just have to do it. No, of course not. You're going to just make a modification. Bend and straighten, kind of a squat. Keep your arms right past your ears if you're in that L shape. Now make sure your breath is completing itself. And be willing to hang in there, that you're not waiting for the next thing. You're doing this and staying with your full awareness in bend and straighten. Your head should feel, your neck should feel very supported because of the way you're mindfully holding your head. Good. Let's straighten and hold and pull those buttocks muscles back. Feel your armpits deepen. Can you imagine that now? Feel the armpits deepen. So you're into the armpit chest. And what you're doing by that mindful practice is bringing your shoulders, the shoulder socket itself, in better alignment, better connection, letting your armpits deepen. Feel your toes making an imprint on the floor, not just your heel. Deepen that breath. And as we start walking toward the chair, we've been in an inversion. So stand up nice and tall, but just wait. Create a mountain experience. So you're going to use all of the structure that we know about, pulling the belly in, softening the knees so they're not locked. Full breath comes in and out. You let your body adjust. I want to do some work with the feet. So let's just stay right here and roll up from one heel lifts and then the other one does. So you're onto the toes and onto the ball of the feet. Now take one foot at a time and just kind of like you're trying to really smash something into that floor. So you're going to circle around, staying with the ball of the foot. Change the direction of that circle. You're going to feel this not only in the toes and the stretching of the surface of your foot, but I think your ankle will also benefit. Side 2, start to kind of smash something into the floor. You're circling around, pushing your ball of your foot down. Circle in the same direction, a little bit longer. You can feel it in your ankle. Now change the direction of that circular movement in the ball of the foot, in the toes. You can feel it in your ankle. Now go back to just high heel and switch. High heel, switch. Side to side. Can you feel it loosen up? I can really feel that. Just the work we've done so far, it feels so much better. It feels like they've loosened up, more access. Let's try that L-shaped stretch again. Stretch it back. Buttocks is pulling back. Your arms are right alongside your ears. Remember, you don't need to grip the chair. Use the strength of your legs. Count on that. Pull your buttocks back. Maybe you have more mindfulness of your feet now, so press your toes down. Smooth out your breath. Use your nose, use your mouth, breathe the way it just serves you best. That you're getting good, useful breathing. Now come back to the chair a little bit at a time. I'm kind of making this up as I go because I can't remember exactly how I want to hold this. I think we want to be upright with this. Yep. I'm going to give you a little bit of a side view. You don't need to move anything, but I wanted you to be able to see what I'm doing. So the movement is hips. I want you to move your hips from side to side like this. You know, that's the movement of your hips. But hold on to the chair and let the movement of the hips go side to side. Your feet stay planted. You're not moving your feet, but you're moving your hips from side to side. Now I want you to turn your head like you want to look at that hip. So as you move your hip over to your right, you're going to look over to the right. As you move your hip over to the left, you know, you follow. That you take it at a pace that feels comfortable to you and that your breath can keep up with. Now we're going to add another layer, and that is that we're going to bring our foot up. So when our hip moves to the side, we're going to take that other foot and just look over there. And so it's going to slow it down because we got a little more to do. But you're going to lift up your foot and kind of look over there. You see what I'm doing? I'm just switching from foot to foot like that, bending the knee and bringing my foot over to the side. So that's what is going to add to the swinging of your hips, is that we've lifted a foot. Stay with it. Now, for those of you who are finding an ease in this, that you have easy access to it, I'm going to encourage you to step up the pace, where it's like you're really moving. Inhale, exhale is coming out pretty quick to keep pace with this. It's not for everybody, so you don't have to make that adjustment if that doesn't appeal. Couple more, stay with it. Both feet to the floor. Take a pause, find your mountain pose. Inhale up, look up. Exhale, come back to your heart. Let's just stay at the heart. Take stock of how your body is feeling, how energized you are, I hope. Inhale back up. Exhale, go all the way around. Excellent. We're back now. You probably never moved your chair, which you didn't need to. We're going back to the L shape. Feel your feet to the floor. Make sure you're feeling like your feet are parallel to each other. Soft bend in the knee is great, but this also does offer you an opportunity to stretch through that because we don't have quite so much pull on the hamstrings. Now we're going to keep our feet where they are, except for that right foot is going to step forward. So there's a bent knee, but the back heel is still down. It's exactly where it was when we were in our L shape. I didn't move that back foot at all. The chair can move, so if you want it closer to you, just bring it on in. Because we want to be vertical as we stand here. We want to be straight up and down. We're not going to bring ourselves into the chair. We're going to bring ourselves straight up to a vertical spine. Now feel your feet. I want you to feel the big toe ball mond and the inner heel primarily as you begin your awareness of your feet. Go on the inside of the foot. And then just follow that with your, as you make those adjustments with your feet, how does it feel in your hips even by doing something a little more intentional with your feet? One hand could lift up and you can look up, but you can always maintain the safety and stability that the chair offers. Or if you want to try the balance that's involved, both hands are reaching up. Front knee is bent, back heel is down. Find the rhythm of your breath. Feel the expansion of your chest cavity with those deeper breaths that we're using. I'm holding my head pretty neutral, but some of you might have a lot of flexibility and feel a lot of strength and capacity here to lift your face toward the ceiling in more of a back bend or heart opener. You choose. And we're holding a little longer than usual to strengthen, to really strengthen our body. Now the arms are coming down. We're going to step back, stretch it out again. My front foot came back to meet the back foot. Stretch through your hips and buttocks. Not only pulling back, but this one will get you. Go wide. That you're trying to expand around your sacrum by stretching wide. Excellent. Plant that right foot. Let the left foot step forward. And we're on side 2. Bent knee is forward, straight leg is back. You want a verticality of your spine. Make sure you're all caught up with the breath. And you could decide, I'm just going to stay right here. This is a lot of stretching for me. I'm going to just keep my hands on the chair and hold it. Another option is one arm. And I think I probably did it the other way before, so it doesn't matter. Whichever one single arm seems to make the most sense for you. Whichever arm, or both arms, palms facing each other. I want mitten hands on, please. So we're very intentional about the way we're holding our hands. And then you can open for a heart opening by lifting your face toward the ceiling if that works well for you and you feel stable. Be sure you exhale completely every time. Both hands are coming back to the chair. I'm just going to stay with that stretch through the legs. And then step back. Back again into your L shape. Walking back upright, bringing yourself close to the chair. Find a mountain pose. Inhale up. One hand grabs the other wrist. Palm of the hand is reaching up. That palmed hand is what's stretching over your head by way of your ear. Switch. Palm reaching up. Other hand's got the wrist over past your ear. And I want you to alternate that movement, that you stretch up, you switch, You give yourself, let's say, 3 stretches on each side. So for me, I'm on the second stretch. I don't usually count, as you may well aware, but I think it's really useful because it keeps us focused. We have to pay attention to what we're doing. It's less of a mind wandering temptation. All the way up, release your hands, palms are just reaching up. Inhale here, exhale, heart opener. Bend those elbows, lift the chest. Maybe your face can lift up. Inhale up, exhale, heart opener or back bend, however you see it. Excellent. Bring your arms down. We're going to come into a little squat. Make sure your feet, here's an idea. Heels can be in and toes can be out. If when you bend your knees, that seems to be the way your kneecap goes, is in the direction of those middle toes. So figure it out. They can be straight. I can hold them straight and it works well for my knees, but I understand that it's not true for everybody. So just line your knees with your toes, especially those middle toes, and you'll be good. So position your feet. Your knees are going to stay exactly where they are, but your feet can move easily. So here we are in can you see the cow pose here? Can you see me create an arch of the back body, and I'm lifting my chest up just like when we're doing that in a seated position. I've created an arch of the back. That's our cow pose. Now I want you to pull the belly in and let your chin drop towards your throat to create the cat pose. And we'll do that in a standing position. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Exaggerate the movement of your spine. I'm holding on. I got my hands on my thighs close to my knees. I'm not holding my kneecaps, but I got a pretty good grip here. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Spinal movement standing up. Stay with it. We do this lots of times when we're moving through our cow and our cat. When we're seated, we do several repetitions. Hold it when you're in your when you're in your cat. You got the rounded back. Hold that. And if for those of you who want to participate, slide your hands down to hang forward in a full forward fold, letting the weight of our head drop down. Eyes stay wide open. Hands touching something, your feet, your legs, or the floor. Deepen your breath. Eyes open and focused. So you're looking at something. That will even give you better sense of grounding and having your bearings, that you know where you are. When we come up, we're going to jump way up over our knees so our hands are back on our thighs, and we're back in our cow position. Take a pause and then straighten it all the way up. Palms will come together up and overhead. Inhale here. Exhale, bow at your heart, and we stay here. Let's layer our palms, palm over palm at the heart as we catch up with our breath. Feeling how the body has been moving and energizing, creating more vitality. On your next inhale, palms are overhead again, and exhale is a wide open expanse. Let's take one more pose before we sit down, and that is our downward facing dog. So I'm turning my chair so that the seat of the chair is facing me. Hands are on the chair seat. I'm backing away. Make sure your feet are parallel to each other. Again, you might be able to straighten through the knees, might not. See if you can deepen into your armpits. Kind of pull your chin in down towards your throat. You're not going to be looking at the chair by any means, and you're certainly not looking at the screen. Deepen your breath here. Be very present to your body because your body is firing off all kinds of information all the time. So you want to follow the lead. What's your body need from you? I don't know about you, but a strong practice like this gives me great joy. It just seems to tap into the energy of joy. I just can't always understand it that way, but it just almost unfailingly, when I do a strong practice, I come away from it feeling empowered, and that's joyful for me. Let's start walking toward the chair. Bend your knees quite a bit. Find that cow position again. Lift your chest up. And then bring yourself to standing. Excellent. All right, let's get ourselves situated on our chair now. Maybe it's a time for a drink. So take your time, get yourself ready to go. I'm bringing the block between thighs, right by the knees, forward on the chair. Nice strong mountain pose now sitting. Chest is lifting up, shoulders are back and down. Remember how we started, inhaling up, exhaling down, and then inhaling up and exhaling to a T. Can you recreate that pattern for me? Feel the flow of your breath. Strong arms, strong core. Last time. With hands either at your lap or alongside the frame of the chair, let's do some shoulder rolls, some exaggerated movement of the shoulders up, back, and down, moving the shoulder blades. Keep your belly engaged, so you just keep that core strength working for you. And we're not the belly isn't the only access to core strength. That block between your legs and the squeezing action that takes, that's also core strength. Let's change the direction of that shoulder roll. Keep your arms real close to you. Find your breath now. Listen for it. Find the rhythm. I'm going to remove the block, but remember that experience of how engagement feels. We're going to find our goddess arms. That's the bent elbows. I think we're going to need a wider stance, and I'm going to either shimmy myself a little closer to the front of the chair. I want an open and close for our first abdominal strengthener here. So inhale here, exhale, close. Now, if you can go bigger with that, if you have a ability to really open up your feet and bring it all the way in, you create what works best for your body and gives you the challenge you want and you're looking for. You can piece it. Maybe you can't do and you're not interested in doing both of them at the same time, but we want both of them to work in terms of moving our arms and our legs. So maybe you're going to work on your upper body, and then you're going to work on your lower body, and that's how you piece it together. This is a vinyasa. Inhale is open and exhale is closed. Good. Let's meet in the open position. Make a soft fist with your hands and pick up your knee to meet your elbow. This one, I think, is easily accessed. How about you? If you find a fairly easy access to this, I encourage you to pick up your pace. The pace is entirely up to you. You know what we're going to do is crisscross. So when you're ready for that, you're going to crisscross those elbows to meet the other knee instead. Last tap on each knee, and feet just make their way to the ground. I want you to open up your arms. I've got palms down. Let's feel that beautiful experience of letting go as we very slowly bring our arms alongside the frame of the chair. Oh my, that feels really good. The letting go, embodied letting go. Wow. So we don't overlook it. It's time for the work of the perineum. So I want you to bring yourself to a halfway position. You know what I'm talking about, where you're not upright entirely, you're not folded forward, you're somewhere in the middle. Hands are on the thighs. Keep your spine long and strong. Pull your chin in so you're not trying to create a more exaggerated curve of your neck spine. All right, that lift starts to happen. As you inhale, you're lifting the perineum, the floor of the pelvis up right off that chair. You hold it as long as you can. You exhale and relax. I want you to set a goal for yourself. You know, maybe you can do 20 of these, maybe you can do 10 of these. You see what seems reasonable. Maybe you get to 10 and you think, I got a few more in me. Set your own goal for yourself. And you can trust that. Lift and hold. No tension in the mouth. You don't need any tension there. So keep your face real soft. Reserve all your energy for this toning. Your internal organs appreciate your efforts. I'm going to do 2 more. And when I come up, and you can keep going and you can catch up later if that's your choice. I'm going to grab hold of the back of the chair. I've got a hand on each part of the chair. That's one way to do it. And look at how it opens up the chest and how your shoulder blades are squeezing toward each other, holding the chair. That's one way to do it. Or remember the interlaced hands, interlacing the fingers. Those could be interlaced behind your back and you're pulling that back, maybe even bringing the butt of your hands together. So either hold on to the chair so that you can find this hard opening, or you interlace your hands and pull those knuckles back. So if you chose the knuckles, watch me all the way through. We're going to do a forward fold for everybody who wants to participate. So we're going to bring ourselves down between our legs to look under the chair. But I'm going to keep my hands interlaced. So when I look down and under the chair, my knuckles are trying to reach up. If you didn't have your hands interlaced, then maybe your hands are just pulling back, just kind of keeping them back toward the direction of the back of the chair. Or you maybe have decided, nope, I'm going to ragdoll my arms down toward the floor. I'm more comfortable with that. Find your breath. Focus your eyes for me. Don't just have them open, but you don't know what you're seeing. Bring your mind to your eyes. One hand at a time is coming now to your thigh. So however you were holding your arms, let's get our hands on our thighs. Bring yourself to a half lift. But this time we're going to spread the wings away from us. I want you to push like crazy, your feet to the floor like you're trying to make an imprint. You want that imprint to last. You're pushing. Inhale all the way up. Grab one hand, the wrist of one hand. That palm is reaching up. We're pulling it over across the body. We're going to switch. With each movement, we switch from side to side at our own pace. Palm always stretching toward the ceiling, and the arm is as straight as we can do it while it extends past our ear for the side bend. Last time, I think I'm caught up. Inhale as a big backstroke in the pool all the way down. Let's do two more of those. Inhale, arms up, and exhale is down. We need to get some twists in. Let's get some twists in. So how about we bring both feet over toward one side? So I'm squeezing my legs toward one side, and I'm going to turn my body the other way. So knees and feet are all over here. I'm turning this way, and use the chair, use your body. Find your twist that creates a twist around an upright or vertical spine. Now that takes some doing. Don't think for sure that you're going to just automatically fall into that. Try balancing yourself into your pelvis and be mindful that a vertical spine is our goal. Now deepen your breath, really deepen that breath. Let your mouth help you. Breathing out of the mouth. Remember about that trick about looking for the green light. What if you found the stop sign or the red light? Yep, there that is. The longer you breathe into your twist, the more inclined we are to find a green light. Do a scan of your body. Be curious. Well, how does your neck like this? Including how do your knees like this? Curious throughout your body. We're unwinding the head first, and then the shoulders and the arms. We're going to just situate for the other side, both feet together, way over to the side. Kind of move your feet in toward the chair. I see a lot of people keeping their legs really extended. I don't think it's as useful. I think it's better if you get your feet together and real close to the chair leg. Remember, vertical spine. Use your chair, use your body parts to help support you. This is a great one for balancing between ease and effort, where you're going to get a little support by holding on, but you're not bullying yourself into something your body is not ready or willing to do. Remember, we're all about the heart today. We're all about creating joy. It's not joyful when we bully ourselves into something we're not prepared for, and it's just not right for us. Let's deepen the breath. Keep your mouth relaxed. That sneaks up on us, doesn't it? Big breaths. Turn your head out of the twist, and then your arms, and I'm just opening up. Let's find that circular movement now as we start to wind down. Circle all the way around, returning to this experience of the fluid nature of our body. Now, as you feel yourself circling around towards your left side, bring your right arm up. And then try that again. You're going to maybe do a little circle, and then, okay, let's do it on the other side. You circle away and you bring an arm up. Can you add that into your movement any way you want to, circling some, but also including a pause and more extension? Finish it up. Do one more lift of one arm. See if you can balance it out a little bit. One more lift. And we'll come back to center. Let's bring our legs within hips distance apart. So we're bringing ourselves within the frame of the chair. Arms are alongside that frame of the chair. I want to close with some gentle movements of the cow and the cat. Doesn't have to be fast. Grab hold of your knees, round through the back body. This is a great winding down, moving through the spinal movement. The one you're probably more familiar with, more comfortable with, because you've done it lots of times. Come back to neutral. Get a hold of your underside of your leg so we can move through the joints. This again is just a slowing down. We often start with these. We're finishing with these. They're looser because of the work you've already done. So ankle is where we begin, changing the direction. And then stop the movement of that and let your lower leg make some circles around. So we've moved into the knee joint. You can feel your body calming down, change the direction. You decide when it's appropriate. We want to get both directions though. We're going to include the hips. So let's hug that knee into the chest. I'm using my shin to hold it into, and then I'm just going to hold that and sort of move it around. So it's a very bent knee, but I'm moving around. Maybe you hold onto the chair, maybe holding the leg with both hands works better for you, but see if you can have a very bent knee, and that's our approach to moving around in our hip. Good, let's change to the other side. So we're gonna scoop up the other leg, start with the foot moving so you're into the ankle. Keep your spine erect so you're still very strong in how you're sitting. Your foot that's on the floor is your source of grounding, so that's got a job to do. Keep you situated on the chair properly. We'll stop the movement of the foot and now move through the knee joint by using the shin to circle around. You'll want to change the direction whenever you're ready, but definitely change the direction so your knee gets all the benefits of this, both directions. Excellent. Let's grab hold of the shin. So you're going to hug that knee into the chest, and that's how we're going to get into the hip. So either you're holding on with both hands, kind of directing that, or not. I have seen people kind of really they can get real creative here. So you decide here, how am I going to get into my hip with my full awareness? And then it's kind of joyful. It feels like strong and powerful and joyful. Bring both feet back to the floor. Let's find our mountain pose. Open up your palms to face forward. Hands are real close to the chair's frame. Push your feet to the floor. Imagine the block. Let's not grab it, but let's imagine it. Imagine the block is between your legs, because I want you to feel the engagement of your legs in that way. And let that trace right up into the low belly so you feel core strength, holding you in an upright, very strong position. And that you're holding your head high as you breathe all the way in before you breathe all the way out. Inhale with me all the way up, palms together. Look up. Exhale, bow at your heart. Inhale up and exhale a big backstroke all the way around. Some of you are going to now want to get a second chair to prop yourself up for a more reclined position of our relaxation time. So now is your time to do that. Otherwise, the others of you will probably find your way into your more traditional way of finding final relaxation. Take what you need, get a drink, take a pause. You don't need my coaching to help you relax. I know you know how to do it, but this is the best thing we do, right? This is the best thing we do. We've learned how to calm and regulate our nervous system, and that is a beautiful thing to know. Maybe some cleansing breaths, to really feel caught up with your breathing. You just need a little bit of a deeper connection to start to settle down into a slower breath. And so, whatever adjustment your body needs, you can trust that. You can just allow it, and it's pretty trustworthy. Get support. Definitely want support here. You're no longer trying, you don't have anything to prove, but you're going to keep yourself upright with your own muscle strength. You have nothing to prove about that. Use the support of your chair or your recliner or whatever it is you have decided to use. I am going to move myself away from the camera to guide us through a little meditation, but not for a few minutes. So as I exit this screen, know that I'm still here with you, but you are making your own adjustments now as you bring yourself into relaxation time. Let's have another intention setting as we wind down. Maybe our intention now is for the rest of the day. What is my intention for this day? Here's one to consider: to make aligned choices that will support my health and well being. To bask in the feeling of gratitude. To use loving kindness with all the people that I encounter. Remember to complete your breath all the way in and out is such a beautiful way to close out your practice today. Stay with your breath awareness. I invite you to connect with Mother Earth, that you feel that the space you occupy, you're aware that you are in a place that's connected to the ground or connected to the earth, and that feeling of being held by the mother or the sense of grounding is energizing, and that it can ever so gracefully support you. Bask now, bask in the feeling of gratitude. Maybe this encourages you to lay your hands across your sternum right there at the heart center. Bask in the feeling of gratitude. And that subtle energy of grace, love, and thanks is what you're going to bring into your day. Let's do a very simple version of our loving kindness meditation. So you don't need to change your position at all. Just join me in your heart and your thoughts. Remember that it starts with a blessing for ourselves. We extend it for a blessing for the people we know and love. And then we broaden that to an extension of a blessing for everybody on the planet, all people, everywhere. Either palms together, hands on the lap. Just choose something that you're doing to start to participate in this in a prayerful way. Hands on the heart, whatever it might be. May I feel safe and protected. May I be happy and at peace, healthy and strong, and may I live with ease. May you be safe and protected. May you be happy and at peace. May you be healthy and strong. May you live with ease. May all people everywhere, every person, every being, be safe and protected. May they too be happy and at peace. May they be healthy and strong. May every person, every being live with ease. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale it out with a sigh. We need to get our feet back to the floor. So if you can bring yourself back now, introduce some movement back. Feet are on the floor. We're no longer lying into the backrest. Thank you for joining me for this very energizing, joyful practice today. Hope it carries you through a wonderful week. Let's sync up our breath one last time. Inhale up, palms are together, up and overhead. Exhale, we bow to the heart. Inhale up. Exhale, let's share this joyful energy with our community. All the way around. Thanks again for joining me, everyone. Hands come to the prayer position. We bow to each other. We bow to ourselves and to each other. Namaste, my friends. Gotta get the glasses on.